Hello again, everybody. You're watching Patchlam. We are on part 2 of In Other Waters. Last we left off, we found the waypoint station, and our pilots wanted us to go back to their other station. I think it was like a research station or something like that. So, I guess that's where we're going to be headed. Let's continue. Okay, we're back in. I guess we start heading back. What direction did they say it was in again? I think it might have been west? So west is down that way, but I still want to explore the rest, so let's check this out too. This stalk is leaking spores from a wide slit in its side. They are carried across the soft sand by the currents coming from the east reef. The pale sand is unmoving here, but to the north I can see the yawning chasm and strong currents of a wide rift. Large, smooth pebbles sit in the sand, and beyond I can see the suns catching the amber terrace of another stalk forest. Let's go this way first. This feature rises steeply towards the jagged edge of the reef, splitting the strong currents like the head of an axe. Were these rifts and canyons really carved by the currents, or are they violent fractures, now smoothed by erosion? The pale strata of this rock tell an ancient story. Might there be a fossil record within such rocks, waiting to be discovered? Probably. Let's go this way. This stalk clings to the edge of the nearby outcrop, away from the loose sand of the central reef. These gullies lead among the tall outcrops of the northern edge to the currents and open water beyond. So this kind of just goes to the edge of this other big rift that we couldn't go down earlier. Let's make our way east to the source of that transponder signal. I don't know what to expect. If the transponder is Minae's, there's some history between us. But I haven't seen her in years. Not since... Look, you don't need to worry about it. Let's just find her. Here the gully opens out onto the rifts, cutting deep into the bedrock of the reef. The walls here have been smoothed into soft ripples, the sign of a strong current descending from the north. Narrow gully or gully opening? Let's go towards the rift. There, look! A cave entrance cut into the side of the rift. It should allow us to bypass the rift, although I'm not sure where we'll emerge. The sheer walls of the rift plunge into the dark water here, and rapid currents make passing through difficult, if not impossible. Protected by sheer sides of the rift, the shelf leads down into a small cavern entrance in the reef wall. Let's go back this way first, before we do anything like that. These stalks block the gully, but also the strong currents behind. Even if we clear them, those currents will still block our passage. Okay. So we go back. We don't bother with it. This way. Okay. From here, the reef descends into the unseen deep. Spores spiral by in the fast-flowing water. What else lies out there? The side of the shelf is sliced at by the planet's oceanic currents. Look at that. Wait, look at those flecks of organic material. They are being cycled back into the reef's ecosystem, drifting from unseen places out in the ocean. It must be part of some vast process. Do you think we'll ever understand the cycles of this ocean? Sure. Well, no, actually. We barely understand our own. Perhaps you're right. What could we hope to understand in the time we have? We can't even go down there. This way, right? Descent possible, yeah. So we're gonna go this way. Oh boy. Here we go. The round mouth of the cave stretches away into the rock. Stalks hum quietly in the dark. There's a strange evenness to the walls of this cave, almost as if it was a vast borehole drilled into the reef. The stalks even seem to get down here. Perhaps they are less reliant on sunlight than I initially thought. We are deep in the rock now. What form these hollowed-out caverns with their strange, undulating walls? I wonder how the stalks survive without sunlight. Maybe they are fed by the forest above. What do you think? Probably. Stuff probably floats down. It makes sense. A network of colonies tunneling through the entire shelf. The cave starts to get tight here, and in the shadows ahead, stalks crowd the tunnel. Protecting a small underground colony, this tall stalk's signature coating of bubbles glint in the dark. The stalks here are thick and intertwined. Underground, in the stark light of the headlamps, they resemble brittle, oversized worms. These dome stalks are pumping out clouds of short-lived spores. They look like oversized mushrooms. Those stalks are filling the water with spores. We should start logging information on them. These bloated creatures are pumping clouds of spores out in the water. Around them, stalk colonies rise out of the sand. This is a new sample. These spores are different. The stalks nearby seem to be stimulated by them. Could these spores be used to make stalks extend, to bring them out of hiding? We should test them out on a retracted colony. Unlike other stalk spores, which survive until they settle, the spores from these stalks dissolve moments after their release. These stalks seem to be shriveling up. Is it because they are too exposed to the rift's withering currents? Okay, so you want me to stick one of these on them, right? Didn't really seem to do anything. These sporing stalks seem to require very particular conditions to grow. I've seen so few elsewhere on the reef. This long stalk sits quietly beside a dying colony. Soon there won't be anything left for it to protect from scavengers. Another rift. How can we cross it? The current here is so strong. Currents slice down through the rift from the north here. Crossing is going to be difficult unless their flow can be slowed further up. These large growths seem to be sustaining this colony with their spores. Perhaps they carried nutrients, even chemical signals. Light filters in from a large opening, making the spores drifting in the water glitter like sparks. Tucked behind this pillar, perhaps a stalk grew here as an early warning for predators coming through the cave mouth. Look, the stalks in the cave mouth. They are retracted. Perhaps if we can make them extend, they would block the current. Here? Over here. The cave mouth ahead leaves this passage exposed to the full force of the north current. Blocking it somehow will help us pass. There we go. They blocked the current. These spores encourage them to extend and fill the tunnel. With these soothe spores, we can control the stalks to our advantage. This will be useful. There's a definite correlation between struggling stalk colonies and these sporing stalks. Are they helping support the colonies? Look, out in the rift. A retracted stalk colony. If we can get them to extend, they'll provide shelter from the current. A handful of stalks cling to the rift wall here, blown into spiraling shapes by the rushing current. Spattered with the spores, the wall here feels the full force of the current. Okay. Guess we're going down further. Right? Oh, we're not. We're just chilling. Even this close to the wall, the darkness of the deep rift is intimidating. A huge slit in the face of this world. How deep does it go? A huge pillar sits from the wall here, its top caked in retracted stalks, a golden garden waiting to emerge. The small opening in the wall provides a little shelter from the howling rift, allowing some stalks to take up root here. We are across. Thank you, stalks. Oh. And thanks to you too. Another smooth tunnel leads out towards the light. We made it back into the sun! These bright, wide petals appear to be photosynthetic plants. They float on long stems shifting and swaying in the water. These are beautiful plants. Single petals shifting in the sunlight. Let's start logging data on them. These plant-like creatures seem unrelated to the reef stalks, their soft petals waving on thin stems. These stalks are twisted together into a huge canopy. Incredible! They are pulsing as the pores across their surface open and close. These canopies are spectacular. I'll start logging observations and see what we can find out about them. You know, you don't have to tell me I'm going to take notes every time you see something new. I know you're going to take notes. It feels good to be out of the sunlight again. Let's head northeast along this finger of the reef. The transponder is at the tip. This wasn't where we were going to go originally, right? This isn't like the research place. I don't think. This is a different place we're headed to. Okay, we really need some energy. While each plant seems to have a single wide petal, they're grouped together, forming fields of blooms, all angled towards the sun. The fractured outcrops all around break up the worst of the northern current, protecting the sandy shelf. A colony of stalks has twisted itself tightly across this gap in the rocks. Could they be protecting something? I don't think they're that sentient to be protecting something. Maybe by default they're protecting something, but I don't think they decided to up and go, oh, let's go protect this rift over here. The coloration of these canopies is much lighter than their stalks. They glow pale yellow in the light of Glias 667cc's Three Suns. The petals seem to shimmer as they twist and open. It's difficult to tell if this is involuntary or part of the plant's own movement. This towering canopy of woven stalks pulsates in a soft current, the sunlight slipping through the gaps in its branches. The outcrops on the shelf are cut through with huge cracks, as if they were shattered somehow. Could have done this. Oh, there's the thing right there. So let's go this way first. This canopy has many gaps between its higher stalks, as if something is falling out or been removed from it. Stress marks can still be seen along the edge of this huge rock, but it remains silent about its own history. On some petals, there is a thick clump of pollen on the lower part. I wonder how this is dispersed. It seems too heavy to float away. The stalk looks silently out over the deep rift. I wonder if Minae looked over the same view with different eyes. This bubble-coated stalk has large gashes in its side and seems to be shriveling away. Its exposed tissue would be easy to sample. Agile, jet-propelled creatures with colorful mantles. I'm going to call these spore catchers, as they are so eager to gather their stalk spores. Found hidden among the reef stalks, colonies feeding on their spores. I've named these table stalks after the table corals they remind me of. I'll log my notes back at the base. Towering canopies of stalks entwined around ribbed growths. They pulse as their pores are systematically open and close. Across this wide rift, the tall rock walls of the reef's second finger can be seen. What lies inside of them, I wonder. I could go out there, but I'm not. We gotta go to that other place. Guess that's somewhere we'd explore later. I'm gonna name these plants shimmer blooms for the way they catch the sunlight. I wish I could share these discoveries with Minae. There's still so much to say. Bright petals line this part of the reef, shimmering and swaying, parting easily as they pass among their delicate forms. Sampling available. Well... With their strong resemblance to terrestrial mushrooms, I'm going to call these reef caps. Fed by spores, sheltered by a colony of stalks, this part of the reef seems to have fostered the ideal conditions for its own survival. Is that another way station ahead? I thought it was a transponder. Minae must have built them all across the reef. In the center of the shelf is a beautiful clearing, screened from currents and predators. No wonder why Minae set up a way station here. Okay, open up the terminal and see what data we can scrape from this place. History cleared. The log suggests Minae was using this as some kind of staging ground for expeditions over the drop-off. She was looking for something out in the ocean, something deep from the descents that she logged here. Minae doesn't do things at random. The way stations, the research base, this is calculated. I feel like we're already 10 steps behind her, and we barely even started. Let's get to that suit transponder. It isn't far from here. We head straight north to the shelf's edge. It should be there. Okay. How long have we been going? Let's see. We could probably go a little further. It looks like the rift here, so it's gotta be like right around there. This side of the finger feels exposed, but thanks to its current splitting outcrops, it remains in a bubble calm. At this tip of the shelf, the outcrops fall away to reveal an unrestricted view of the vast ocean. It is both terrifying and beautiful. I see something at the edge. Is that the suit? Open, empty, and half sunk in the sand. Why would she leave it here? More importantly, where did she go? It's definitely Minae's suit. But no Minae. Surely she isn't. Okay, let's not jump to conclusions. I want to take a look at this. It can't have been here long. Most of it is still in good condition. How did it get out here? There's no evidence of injury. A malfunction, perhaps? What do you think? I don't know. But then where is she? Could she have just swum to the surface? Did she intend us to find it? Minae, what did you get yourself into here? It's better equipped than our suit, but the seals have started decaying. What's this? Minae has rigged up some kind of custom propulsion system, probably to deal with the currents. We can use this. We need a power source. It won't run off the suit systems. It seems like she fashioned some kind of microbial fuel cell. We'll need to recreate that if we want to use it. Okay, let's get this back to the base so I can take a better look. Nay, you better not have done something stupid. I didn't come all the way out here to bury you. Let's go. Call for drone pickup. Okay, how do I do that? Request retrieval? Connection complete, drone ready. Where's it taking us? I didn't use that before. We sort of just swam into a big pit in the ocean and called it a day. Safe mode, restarting. Resyncing with... Yo, where are we? Hey, back online? Yeah. Pretty sharp work for a biologist, if I do say so myself. Sure. Hooking up that strange casing of yours to the base took some work. And the OS here does not play nicely with whatever you are. But you should have access to select subsystems of the stack now. Minae looks to have repurpose some of them, so not everything is functional. Comms are shot, the generator is only partially working, and one of the retrieval drones is missing. But I booted up the drive bay's mapping system and sample storage. The lab is also online, with analyst tools and an integrated taxonomy for logging creatures. Take a look. I've already logged the creatures we discovered in the last dive. For any logged creatures, I'll also put sample requests in their taxonomy entries. To fulfill these requests, just find and transfer the samples to the lab, then analyze them. I can then use that data to add the creature study. We need to register these species. Head down to the lab level and take a look. I'll also mark sample requests on the dive map. That way we can grab key samples for our studies while we're out in the ocean. And we are going back out soon. While you were offline, I spotted a signal. A suit transponder? We've been to that! You can see its location on the dive map. I want to find it. A suit transponder means a suit, and a suit means Minae. I need your help. That suit takes both of us to pilot it, and it's the only one I've got. Once you are done exploring the base, load into the dive map. We can head out from there. I hope you mean a different suit, because if so, that dialogue. Whoopsie! We've already been there! Okay. What are we supposed to do? Oh! User Ellery Vass. Personal log, Dr. Ellery Vass. Minae is gone, and she's left behind one heck of a mess. This base is falling apart, cannibalized to build way stations out in the ocean. The communications array sliced away, life support failing. Where did she even commandeer this research base from? There's no way Pakal would have supplied it willingly after what she did to them. What did she call me out here for? To witness her disappearance? Or did she simply want me to encounter, as she did, the impossible life of this ocean? How could it have gone ignored for hundreds of years of exploration and conquest? There are too many questions to even begin. All I can do is keep an account of what happens here, so that if I can't answer these questions, someone else might. It'll be weeks, maybe months until the next ship passes close enough to pick up my shuttle transponder. Until then, I'm alone. Oops. This place is unbelievably important. Our first contact with life beyond Earth. Something else is happening here too, and I need to know what it is. Person I'll go to. So this one's after we got the suit. Minae's suit, open to the ocean and empty. What had she done? I'm trying hard to reconcile that Minae I once knew with the evidence in front of me. When I met her on Kepler 62F, she was intense and quiet, but calculated, intelligent. She wasn't someone to take unnecessary risks, to leap into the unknown. At first I found her impossibly intimidating. Her experience working as a biologist far outstripped my own. The call brought me to save the site as a consultant. Why did I say save? Save wasn't in there. Brought me to the site as a consultant to examine her discoveries, but I felt like the one under examination. The base was much like this one, a smaller, older model, sunk in a subglacial ocean. Someone might think a relationship was inevitable, given those intimate conditions, but it wasn't the base that brought me to her, it was that intensity. Over the few years since I have tried not to dwell on what happened on Kepler 62F, but being here, living where she has lived, following her scattered steps, it is impossible not to remember. We don't have any other ones. We just put things in here? So just analyze these things. Further analysis possible? Oh boy! I'll just let you guys read this. So you can pause here and read these. Here's our animals. Sonar requires a crew member. Whoa, I like that. That is aesthetic as balls. Yo! That is awesome. I love maps. I love maps. Simple request. Reef cap, tissue. But I'm gonna go put some more stuff in that research thing real quick before we start plotting out any other journeys. Okay, so these got some more. After analyzing, they got a little bit more information. So I'll let you guys read these real quick if you want to do that. Just skip through it if you don't. So I'm guessing we need to... We're right here. This is our base, I guess. We need to do something. Explore more. But we've actually played quite a lot. So I think we're gonna end it here and we'll go on another adventure in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, definitely keep watching. Um, you can check out other videos while you're waiting for other one of these to come out. I got a bunch of crap on my channel. Until next time, bye everybody.